Hail Internet! It's Paul, it's Matt, the Dork Lords. We are here talking about Counterpart, the penultimate episode of the season. It is No Man's Land Part 1, Episode 9. Yes. The show continues to be awesome, very engaging, and a whole lot happens in this episode. Yep. Probably won't touch on it all, but otherwise the show, we'd be talking probably for like 2 hours.
Yes.
About an hour-long show.
Sorry.
But, okay.
We don't get that long for lunch.
Broad strokes. that is well said, Mr. Bunton. All right, so we start with a flashback?
Yes.
Flashback to
the accident.
Howard. We're calling Howard Prime. We have the Prime universe and the Mirror universe. Just because we talked a whole lot about Star Trek, in case you're coming in and confused. There you go. There's so many different people. In fact, I read the description of the episode. I forgot where I was, online or something, and it just said, like, Emily and Howard go to stop a thing. Howard does another. Like, it didn't even differentiate. It was just like Howard, and he's doing things. So, yeah. Anyway, so our what we're calling Prime Howard, the original Howard, is in the hospital back after Prime Emily got hit by a car. And it's the scene, it's the moment when Andre, the love interest for Emily, decided to come and say hi to Prime Howard. What we learn later in this episode is he just thought the guy looked so lonely, and he was like, well, what the heck, I'll say hi to this guy. We also know, of course, that Prime Howard knew about the guy, and so, I mean, I don't know if he knew specifically it was that guy.
Yeah,
I don't know, but
and he may not have realized or figured it out until later that this guy is probably somebody who...
I will say this, though. He didn't ask Andre why he was there.
Yep.
Which, that said to me, I know why you're here. And wouldn't that be the... Because Andre asked him, what are you here for? Oh, my wife's hit by a car.
Right.
Oh, blah, blah, blah. Wouldn't the obvious question back be, what are you here for? And he doesn't ask, so I think he knows.
He probably
and he's like,
offered up later to explain his... Because he keeps going to the hospital.
Yeah.
So he probably offered it up later, and Howard probably never asked.
Yeah, because he inside knew what the whole deal was. But so anyway, so that was an interesting little beat there, or they're kind of talking around things without talking.
Sure.
Both men are upset
at
the potential loss of Emily. So then we have
back to present day.
Back to present day. Zoop, zoop, zoop. Peter Quayle having, of course, at the end of last episode, the big mic drop moment from last episode was he pins the mole, the shadow, on Howard Silk.
Yep.
So now he's trying to make Howard Silk look worse.
Yep.
So he's like, look, they're onto you. Get out of there.
Yep.
Go on the run, please.
Yes.
Maybe shoot some people on the way out. That would be nice.
And yourself, hey.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yes.
Maybe just commit suicide and write a note first. So, of course...
no, don't write a note, because then you might implicate me.
That's true, but write a note that makes it look good for me.
Yeah.
I have some suggestions. I'll send them over. All right, so Mirror Howard, of course, very skillfully flees without a trace, really.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop. And
takes everything, takes the money.
Aldrich and his men show up, and they're like, oh, you... let's follow through that line of thinking real fast. So instead of jumping around quite as much.
Yeah.
So what we see later is, because actually in that same call, Peter's like, get out of there and come by? Or does he say come by or come by the house? Or was that just a decision that Mirror Howard made on his own?
I think he told him. I think
he said come on by. So Mirror Howard...
Oh, because he warned him that there were a car out front.
Yeah, all right. So Mirror Howard comes in the back, shows up at Peter's house, comes in the back. They have they're talking. What's going on? What the hell?
They made you. I was talking to Aldrich.
Yeah, they were like
they figured it out. They're so smart.
And then baby cries
after he says that the wife and daughter aren't there.
Right. Big.
Burp, burp. Like what the hell? And he
it doesn't take Mirror Howard because Mirror Howard's probably already suspecting. Like, he's like, what's going on? Why are they blaming me? And he even says, why are they going to blame me for something that happened for 5 years? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, later on, it's like, they'll figure it out.
Yeah, right. That's his point. But I think, in other words, I think Mir Howard was kind of figuring it out, too. And then the baby is like,
the situation,
now I know. Baby cried, you just lied to me.
And
it's all coming
very,
and then
reassuring.
The slogan.
That they weren't really, like, provisionally believing Quail.
Right. Right. So, Quail holds a gun.
So their plan all along was to find Howard and talk to him.
Right. Because they feel like Howard's going to know something about maybe the people that are coming across.
Well, I mean, if he's guilty, what does he know?
Yeah.
You know?
So Peter Quail is just continues to show he is the worst agent ever. I don't know. He's just really bad at his job. And the idea, he's actually kind of lucky that Mir Howard didn't kill him in that moment even. Like, he points a gun on him and then tries to go for it, and then he shoots, and then oh god, and then he gets an elbow to the face.
I'm sure that was much more satisfying to you. He prefers spies to challenge Quail.
That's right.
And his incompetence. He's just, right there.
Even the thing of like, oh, you need 2 arms to hold the baby? Well, fine, I'll just handcuff your ankle. That'll give you more room to move around. Then you can grab that phone and then you can call. I mean, he didn't know that at the time, but no, it's just like everything he does is stupid. So
I'm sure that frustrated you again. Like, what? Yeah. Your leg is free. You could kick his ass. Yeah. Come on.
Right.
Beat his ass.
She could easily have taken him out now with 2 hands.
No. And a feet and everything.
I'm just saying, he was close enough to her that she could just, like, neck snap. She's decided, I'm letting this guy live because it's better for me that he's alive. Yes. So there's that confrontation, and now we know.
Big mistake.
Mir Howard's like, aha, I understand now what you have done, which is stupid. Pretty much says, you're stupid. This will never work. And leaves, and then goes. We'll just keep following this line for now. Yeah. So Mir Howard goes to Andre's house to hide the bag of cash and stuff that he originally took from.
Presumably the evidence too.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So he puts it up in the stash. Andre's like, "Is this like illegal? Are you bringing me in on something?" And he goes like, "Look, this is just you not being a dick and doing something good so just leave it alone."
No, once she comes out of it, give her the stuff. He says.
Yeah, but I mean, in other words, don't go looking at it. He says, "Don't look at it."
I think he said. I think he's just basically saying, "Look, here, you're going to be all right. Just don't be a dick and give her the stuff when she comes out of it."
Yeah.
So I probably won't be around.
Yeah. And so then that propels Andre to say, "Yeah, the reason I went and talked to you was because you just seem like the loneliest man on earth."
Yeah.
And I just.
It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And Howard's just like, "Yeah, okay." I'm really broken up about this.
Yeah.
I'm so lonely.
Oh my god. He is kind of lonely. I mean, he's not lonely, but he is alone.
He's not bothered by his loneliness.
He is alone in this world, in that this side of things has suddenly made him a very alone character. There's really no one on his side.
No one on his side either.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
That's true.
He doesn't have relationships like that.
Yeah, good point.
He's not bothered by it.
Everyone's out to get him everywhere.
Yes. Yes.
He could be paranoid and be right.
Yes.
So then,
great.
Just to keep following that timeline, somewhere he takes a break. So he gives the stuff to Andre. Look after this. Give it to Emily. Bye now. And then, like, it seems like hours pass before he shows up back at headquarters or whatever.
Yeah.
So he went and grabbed a sandwich. Maybe he played some Go with Andre. An old game for old time's sake. Anyway, he shows up. Pretty much turns himself in.
Yeah, he turns himself in.
Like, Howard's here. Oh, okay. And so Aldrich takes him in for questioning, and that's where Mir Howard tells Aldrich, "Come on, you guys aren't stupid, right? I mean, it's Claire. Duh. The wife. Ding, 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 ding."
Right.
And they believe him. I think they believe him.
Yeah. Because they said, it's like, it's got to be someone else, and he knows who it is.
Yeah.
So.
So everyone isn't stupid, which is nice.
Well, they could have been smarter, but
yeah. But
the
I'm just saying,
doesn't want them to be that smart,
right? But I mean, like in other words, they don't just cling to this really dumb, misguided thing of nope, it must be you.
Yes, no.
You're the bad. No, okay, come on. So Aldrich, figures out. All right,
really, just minutes before it happens. So he gives them the. I think he says their operatives over here. He says
you're in your house. They're already infiltrated.
Yeah, they're infiltrating. Blang blang.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, and he does that thing of like it's almost like Aliens with the 100 meters, 50 meters, 10. They're in the room. They're in the room. So the three amigos we find out all have positions inside the building.
Yes.
And so one's in shipping.
You want to go down to Baldwin, I guess, because that's the next event that happens.
Okay.
She does that, and then
Okay. So Baldwin, we're doing the Baldwin timeline. We're gonna make all the timelines meet up to the end, and then we'll talk about the ending beat.
Yeah.
So Baldwin has finished apparently killing off the other two folks.
Yeah, we didn't see the two, but...
They're just like, we got it. You killed them. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, so she shows up at the lair with the three evil folks. And it's like, yep, it's been done. Here's the little
packages of
everybody's stuff. And, like, they're cleaning the blood off the glasses. I'm like, whew.
For some reason, Angel Eyes wants to know if the guy... suffered.
Yeah. There's like...
Which is, what? I guess just making it... He was just like...
Well, I guess that's the idea of, like... I think it's more of, an episode or two ago, we saw Angel Eyes step out into the street.
Yeah.
And then kind of see what life was like. And then he comes back and then at least on the surface it's like, kill them all. But you could imagine that maybe he's saying that inside he's maybe feeling a little bit for this world, perhaps. And so when he's asking to suffer, he's kind of wondering, like, oh, I wonder, if my other side...
I don't know that we know, and we may not know. We don't know.
Yeah. Obviously, he doesn't care that much for this world because
he
shoots a whole lot of people. And then he seems to be he's the one guy still left alive. So maybe his caring will take over the last... All right, probably not. Okay.
Anyway, they prepared to do the event.
Baldwin could have cleaned the blood off the glasses. I mean, come on. You're being paid a lot. Maybe just do the little wipe the blood off the glasses first. Anyway, but so
one thing we didn't mention between Claire and
Peter,
yes, is that she tells Quayle not to go into work.
She does, which I want to get back to. I guess we could talk about it now. That's first of all. Okay, interesting that she cares enough to like not have him die. That's one thing.
That is interesting, which caused him to say, like, what am I to you?
Yeah. But the other thing is, Quayle does nothing with that information. Like, it's understandable because he's clinically depressed at this point, and he's in trouble. But, like...
Because his
maybe
father-in-law tells him, you better get your ass to work.
Hey, I've got intel that says... The building's in... Maybe we cleared the... I don't know. Like, in other words, he literally does nothing to help.
He's so concerned about his own life being fucked that he can't think of anyone else.
He's so selfish.
Yeah.
And he called himself a coward later in the episode.
Yes.
And that's a very cowardly thing. Like, he basically condemns that building to die. As far as he knows, there's going to be a bomb, it's going to blow up. He doesn't know. But, like, a lot of people are going to die. And he's like, yeah, well, not me. It's kind of like, yikes.
Well,
like, anyway. He's shown himself to not only be selfish, but, like, his morality is crap.
Right. I mean, yes. He never expresses any knowledge about what's happening. He's pretty much just concerned about his own
he's not
safety.
Just like a ne'er-do-well, sleeps around guy.
No idea
he's also
kind
of evil. Like, I mean, I almost go as far... I don't know. Like, that's pretty bad.
I don't agree with that.
When it's like, oh yeah, by the way, I could save who knows how many people in that building.
It's not clear. She doesn't make it clear what "don't go into work today" means. She doesn't.
It's pretty clear that people are going to die.
It's not pretty clear. No,
you don't think it's clear that people are going to? Okay, I thought.
I disagree.
Of course, we know that people are going to die, but okay, I'm just.
She's not telling him what's happening.
It seems like a rationale.
And he does ask her, and she doesn't tell him. The only thing she tells him is, "Don't go in."
if it was, I'm just saying, if your life's mission was to, be at this job and make sure the world is safe and blah, 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 you would think...
That's not his life's mission.
Oh, an agent just told me not to go into work. I don't know. I feel like that is a huge, in my mind, a huge character flaw moment for him.
Well, I think you're imagining that he's smarter than he is.
Okay.
One thing that I've seen the creator talking about in episodes, or it might have been the actor, I think, talking about his character is that he just wants things to stay the same. Throughout this whole thing, he's just been like, how do we get rid of this problem as quietly as possible? So that's why he's, just like, what this is causing trouble for me. Let's quash it. That's all he's concerned about, I think. And so when he realizes,
right, I agree, but that's
right.
That's
so
a pretty
I think that's all he's
thing.
concerned about is his own problem
at the cost of several lives.
That we don't know.
Maybe even thousands. Who knows what the end result of this plan is?
Who knows? We don't know. He doesn't know. All he can think about is himself.
Yeah, right. Which, in my mind, is pretty immoral.
Yes. Well, certainly it's not. Yeah, you think...
evil might be as a strong term.
Yeah,
but,
evil's pretty strong.
But immoral, evil, I don't know.
Immoral? Okay, I can go with that.
Okay, all right, good. Terminology we accept. So we'll finish that off. So he eventually, in his clinical depression, and he's been told to come into work, he's like, fine, I'll come into work. He drives his car.
No, he decides to take Claire out of the house.
Yeah.
And he leaves the baby with her, Claire's mother, or the real Claire's mother. And they're driving, and she's like, "What are you going to do? Turn me in?" And that's when he's babbling on about how terrible he is.
Yeah, I'm a coward. I'm a coward. You know what? I'm going to do one brave thing. Which, by the way,
yes.
If you're going to try to kill yourself,
yes.
Which it seems like he was doing, was suicidal.
He was trying to do it. Yep.
I assume those cars have airbags. They probably are. It's a fairly modern car.
Sure.
Like, there's a reasonable chance that if you run into a stationary object, that you are going to survive. You'll be hurt. You'll be hurt pretty bad, but you're going to survive. Like, that's not a good way to do it.
So he's incompetent with this too.
Yes, exactly. That's my point. Okay. He's stupid even in his "I'm going to kill myself" plan.
I mean,
I'd really like to hurt myself, but not die. All right.
Yes, he's got a gun, so he could just shoot her and himself.
Yep. Yes.
But he's not good enough to do that.
There's a cyanide capsule that may or may not work.
No, it doesn't work. She said it doesn't work.
She said it doesn't.
All right, so why take something if you don't know it's going to work? That's stupid too.
All right. Yes, that's stupid. All right. Point being, when we actually see in the trailer for the next episode, he's still alive. So it didn't work. For him anyway.
No, it didn't work.
And probably not for her.
Probably not. No.
She's in the hospital.
Yes.
She wouldn't be in the hospital.
If
She'd be in the morgue if she was dead.
I'd be like... no.
Yeah, right. So, Quayle is just like his stock as a good character just has gone off the rails bad, basically.
You mean as a moral character?
Well, even as one of the good guys.
Oh, yes.
Like, in the beginning, for the first half of this show, of the season, it was like, oh, he's one of the good guys. He might be a little incompetent, but he's trying to do the right thing and help. Maybe? No? Okay, maybe not. But now there's, like, no coming back for him, really, in my mind.
Yeah.
It would be very difficult to turn that ship around.
Perhaps,
All right.
I don't know.
Or while we're at it, we were going to stick to a course, and now we're not. But all right, fine. We're like, let's talk about Baldwin. Then we'll talk about it. We jump back. That's fine. But
right.
I'm guilty of this. I'm the one that's. I'm not blaming you on this. I'm just like blah 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 blah. But it just made me think of this.
Yes.
Claire's dad.
What about him?
We're talking about Claire's dad.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
Because he told them to come to work.
Come to work.
You better come to work. You better be in the hospital or something. We're going to talk about the outcome of that screw up. With the deal.
Right. Okay. So we were talking about this a little earlier, and I think I had a theory. And now that we've talked about the fact that I was remembering that the dad called Quayle and wanted him to come to work, it actually enforces this theory, I think.
Oh, okay.
If we cut to the moment when Claire's dad, do we know his name? I don't know, whatever. It probably has a name. Put the name in the comments if you want. But anyway, the diplomat guy, the West Wing guy.
Yes.
West Wing.
Richard Schiff.
Gets a call Oh my God, Claire's in the hospital.
Yes.
And he immediately calls for his assistant.
Yep.
Who, of course, is no longer the assistant, is the ringleader.
Yep.
She starts shooting everybody. Doesn't shoot him.
Correct.
Walks past him. Could have just turned the gun on him. Now here's the guy who's the leader of the department that she's killing.
Yes.
And she leaves him alone. That seems odd.
Yes.
To me.
Yeah, sure, that's odd.
Maybe a little suspicious. I'm thinking perhaps he's in on things. Now, how much, to what extent, I don't know. He does seem genuinely surprised by this moment, but he probably still thought...
Fancher.
Oh, there you go.
That's
okay. He probably wasn't... he calls for the assistant. Let's say even if he knew that the assistant would eventually get switched with another person, he may not know that it had happened yet. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just saying...
Why wouldn't they, if he was involved, why wouldn't they let him know when it's going to happen?
It's interesting that if you add that with the... He called Quayle and personally was like, come to the office. Maybe he wanted Quayle to be there to die. Like, in other words, like, get this guy out of here while you're at it.
Then why would he decide to be there?
Yeah. No, because he knew he was safe. They just walked right past him. I don't know. It was just weird that he didn't get shot. There's a reason he didn't get shot.
Yeah, it's weird.
And we're not sure what that is yet. We'll do some theorizing here at the end when we're talking about the plan and how it was carried out. But that was just an interesting. I'm like, maybe he's got more. Maybe he's playing both sides somehow. But okay. Anyway, we'll see. Baldwin. So Baldwin does her thing. She tries to call Claire.
Yes.
And we see that the cell phone, Claire's secret cell phone, is hidden nearby.
Yeah.
But too far away for Claire to get to until stupid Peter Quayle gives her more leash. Interestingly, though, as I'm talking about it, that's a kind of dangerous thing. She's got her secret stash in this vent.
Yeah.
But she could still hear the phone.
Yeah. Well,
which means anyone could hear the phone. Like let's say Peter Quayle never figured it out. She's still like, I'm still undercover.
Yes.
Peter Quayle's walking by the bathroom one day. Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a phone in the vent.
Yep.
That's interesting. What's this all about? Seemed a little careless for her to even have a phone that maybe you put that on silent. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she certainly did call during the day, and they may have had a protocol where she shouldn't have called.
Right.
Right. And, betting that he should be out, because she doesn't know what's going on with him, that he should be out at work at that time of day. May not be crazy.
Sure. Okay. Yes. We won't nitpick that to death, but it struck me as like, oh, interesting. Yeah, it's her secret thing.
Yes.
I mean, don't make too many noises from the vent.
No.
So, tries to call Claire. Claire's not there. We see a bit there where Baldwin then, kind of a really sad scene.
Yes, it is very sad.
She goes out clothes shopping. She's now done with her assignment.
Yep,
I guess
she's
she's
done.
waiting for her cash.
Yep.
So she goes out clothes shopping with Greta, the new love interest.
Yep.
And Greta's like, hey, you know what would be cool? Why don't we each pick an outfit for each other? And the whole point is, like, it's not supposed to deal with our personalities or anything. It's just supposed to be pick a thing and then that's cool. No.
She's hopeless. She's hopeless.
No, I can't pick it. I don't know.
I don't understand anything.
Stop.
I don't know anything about you.
I don't want to do anything fun. So Greta is very understanding. It seems to be like put up with a lot in some ways.
She does.
Like, oh, you are incorrigible.
You're hopeless, she says.
And now the sad part happens.
Yes.
The love interest of Nadia, Baldwin's double.
Yes. Prime.
Yeah, prime love interest. Walks into the store. Sees Nadia.
Yep.
Like, what?
Yes.
And Baldwin put in a impossible position in some ways. It's like, I don't know who you are. You've got the wrong person. What? And it's like this really long moment where, and you could see that Baldwin is like half-heartedly rejecting her.
Yes.
He's like, no, I don't know who you are. I don't really know. You've mistaken. But you're like, oh God, this is really awkward, and you just feel so badly for this woman who then leaves.
Yes.
And you know, you gotta think what is going on in that love interest's mind.
Right.
Like she's thinking.
I was at your funeral.
I was at your funeral. So you faked your death and are now in another relationship in the same town.
Yes.
Like he must be like, what?
Yeah.
Like, do you?
I feel as if I went to somebody that I was involved in funeral.
Yeah. All right.
And I saw that person around, and they said, "I don't know who you are." I would not be as, clearly you are that person. She's got shorter hair. She's got a thing in her face, you know? It's like...
I agree that right. I mean, I think what they're trying to suggest
I don't know that there's another world or anything, which is, of course, why I would be mad at her for doing it. It's like, why would she fake her own death?
I agree that I would accept the premise that it's a different person. But I think what they're trying to suggest is this person knew her so well.
Right.
Like, it's like... Sure, that would for any kind of a friend or acquaintance, but for somebody that like lived with you day after day after day, you're like, no, you are that person. And anyway,
I think I might have just had her try to work with that information and not immediately accept.
Right. I would. Yeah, you're right. I would accept it. Like, yeah, you were dead. I saw a box and I gave you a eulogy. Why on earth? It just like this. It doesn't make sense that you would then hang out in a clothing store downtown.
It really doesn't make any sense.
But yeah,
because like selfishly, what you think is like, you know, you could have just broke up with me. I mean, which I think she probably did. I mean,
did you have to fake your own death just to get out of our relationship? That's probably what she's thinking in some ways. Like, like wow, Greta is concerned, but it's not like we're done.
Again, she's brought the theme like we should be honest. You know, people have a past, I understand, but we should be honest. And she's like, well, sorry, I'm not going to be honest. Or I will, you know,
she didn't say I won't be honest, but she's like,
lie by omission.
Yeah,
I don't know her.
Yep, no know her.
You know, you kind of do.
Yeah. Well, see, she was the love interest of my double.
Yeah.
That then I came over here to kill.
Yeah.
She got killed before I could kill her. But anyway, that's really the
Phew.
So are we good now?
Yeah.
Let's pick out dresses.
No, we can't. We can't pick out dresses. No, I can't do it.
I can't do it. I don't know.
This bowl.
That's an autumn color. It's bad. All right. So Baldwin then... Oh, so Claire, after she gets access to the phone, Claire calls Baldwin to say, hey...
Oh, yes.
Put a hit out on Howard Silk.
Yes.
Now, she's...
Both of them. She has to get both of them now.
Both.
I mean, before she was saying, have you killed everybody? It's like, I haven't gotten to her yet.
I haven't gotten to Emily.
Right, I haven't gotten to Emily yet. There are guards around her. And so she's like, I'll pay you double if you get Howard. And she's like, $100,000 for the two of them. Yeah,
because she has a soft spot for Prime Howard.
Does she?
Yeah, because remember she didn't kill Howard before. Because Howard was like nice to her or something, or didn't try to kill. Remember, there's a
she has for the nice Howard.
Correct, and I don't know that they know that the mirror Howard's over here. And when she says Howard, she didn't say the Howard from the other side.
Well, she said right. Well, what she said to kill him, she did.
Did she?
She said the other side Howard is over here.
Okay.
So technically, she should figure out before she kills them if it's the real.
So I thought that might be the setup where she's about to try to kill off. What she thinks is Prime Howard, but it's actually Mirror Howard.
Right, initially,
and then Mirror Howard pretend to be Prime Howard.
Was foiled in her killing of Nadia. She saw Howard and she was going to kill him.
Yeah.
And then later on,
and then they have an interrogation scene moment.
Right, interrogation scene moment where she's like, "That's the only person I'm going to talk to," and she talks to him. And when she escapes, she says, "Don't kill him." But now she's got a contract on the one that's the mirror. She knew she was talking to which Howard she was talking to. She was talking to the Prime Howard, right? So now she's got to figure out which Howard she's killing. She knows there's two.
Right. Just saying that could be the setup where Mirror Howard has to pretend that he's Prime Howard in order to stay alive. I don't know, maybe. But yeah, anyway. So that's the next thing for Baldwin is she's now targeting Howard and newly awakened Emily.
Right. And the events that are most removed from this, what we've talked about so far, is what's happening on the other side.
Yeah. All right. So we switch to the other side now. So we've got a situation. Ian
stupidly goes by himself.
Another bad agent move. For one thing, we've seen Pope multiple times in multiple places.
We have.
Well, we've seen him, but he's even out in public.
Yes, he always has.
He always has bodyguards. Right. Always.
Right. We've seen him.
But it's not like he's only hidden in an office somewhere. He's walking around with his dog.
Yes.
It would seem like that would be common knowledge. Oh, the guy's got bodyguards.
Nah. How much do they care about him? They don't think he's doing anything.
I'm just saying,
with the organization,
it was a really dumb move for him to show up.
I agree. It was
broad
stupid.
daylight, out in the middle of nowhere.
It was stupid.
And he points a gun at him.
Yes, he does.
For all to see.
Yes.
Like, hey, you, I'm going to either kill you or take you in.
He would take his other people with him.
Yeah.
Because, but I guess he was so mad and couldn't find him that he was like, I'm just going to go to Pope now.
Yeah. And so he basically just stands there with a gun in his hand until somebody shows up behind him with a gun.
If you think about this, I didn't think about this until I watched it a second or third time. Once he goes to confront Pope,
yep.
and Pope only makes him more suspicious of Emily, he sees the other people that are with him, and those same people are going to kill Casper.
Right.
So it's like, here's one guy just standing around there waiting, but they're sitting around on the thing and don't notice that there's somebody just standing around waiting.
That's
one
the
of the
guy.
guys
That's Pope's
that
guy.
had a gun on him.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, he's a bad agent. Anyway, so by which I mean incompetent, but okay, not necessarily a bad guy. So, he basically tries to get the whereabouts of Casper from Pope, and Pope, of course, turns the tables on him, and basically says, I hope you get Casper before I do, because, I'm probably going to kill him when I find him.
I don't think he said I hope.
He didn't say that, but he said, I hope you find him before I do. He did say that. Okay. Yeah. So, in other words, the implication being, I don't know where he is, and also, I don't like him either. I don't
see why. He did exactly what he's supposed to.
Well, yeah, but he's in a loose end.
Just did it stupid. Yeah.
He's been made.
Right.
That's why he's bad.
Right.
Like, he should have done it in some covert way that didn't get him caught. So, we have Casper's line is tapped, and we hear this coded transmission with he and Pope, where they're talking about an extraction, basically. And Emily and Ian are able to figure out, that from this the train station, and Oolong is a 11:30, blah, blah, blah.
And what if he intended that?
So they show up at the station, and it kind of reminded me a little bit, it kind of reminded me a little bit of the Untouchables, the train station scene. I was waiting for a slow motion, baby carriage down the stairs moment. They didn't have that, but they had both sides are trying to get a spy who's at the train station. And
what was that? Was it Eisenstein? Who was that a reference to? Oh, well.
Oh, yeah, okay. Casper, it was interesting the way that Pope's men let Casper know that he was being followed by dropping paper clips on the ground. And I was like, I guess that works.
Sure.
It's a little weird.
Is it?
Seemed like, I don't know. But, yeah, okay. Anyway, so, he drops paper clips. Luckily, enough of them.
He had a lot.
He put them near the wrong set of stairs. And oh, crap! Wait! I got more of these. So by stepping on the paper clips, he's like, oh, crap. Oh, somebody's following me. So he turns back around. We see that one of Ian's men, there's tailing the guy, gets stabbed, but doesn't die.
No.
And Ian only cares about him a little. He's like, oh, what? Well, anyway, where did Casper go?
Enough to run and stop him.
Yeah. So Casper's about to be killed off.
Yes.
When he is saved by a combination of Ian and Emily.
Yeah.
Ian does one-handed,
yes.
Gets the assassin. Anyway, and so Emily's like, look, they're after you. They're going to try to kill you. So you should help us because we're the only chance you've got.
Right.
Casper relents.
Yeah.
Finally. Later on, we do see they're interrogating him. He's got this case. Ian's like, what's in this case? What's in the box? Throws the case against the wall.
Is this worth this money? He said. But it's not money. It's stuff that his dead son had, and he's hoping to go to the Prime universe to be the father, so presumably they'll kill
Yeah.
this kid's actual father.
Yeah, would it be
so
enough
that
just
he
to
can-
see the kid? No.
No.
You're going to want to be like,
No.
we'll give you the kid.
Yeah.
Either they're going to bring the kid to you or you go
No,
to
no,
bring
no.
the kid. So yeah, that was his hope. And that's how Pope got him. We can assume the kid died from the flu, probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or who knows? It
Who
could
knows?
die from
But,
anything.
but
So whatever happened on this world, yeah.
Yeah. So that's where we have Prime Howard. Well, he hears. I mean, he had to suspect, but he hears it said out loud.
Yes.
Pope had your wife run down.
It didn't seem like that seemed like a shock to him.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, yes. That's
What?
What?
And that makes him
My
question.
spy wife who was hit by a car in mysterious circumstances. It was a hit. What? Anyway.
Well, he thought she was didn't realize she was a contact. So,
Yeah.
He thought she's working in the spy institution just pushing papers. And so...
So that's a very important moment there.
It is. And then he tells him, that's not your life!
Yeah.
Which makes him realize that this isn't his life in this side. So
He's like, what the hell are you? What? You thought you could go hang out with your son? Is that your son? Is that yours? It's not your life to have.
Your life to have. So, along with the previous episode where Howard was questioning whether or not he wanted to have the Mere Emily and Mere Anna as his family.
Yeah.
Really. He has his wife. His wife is the prime Emily who's in the hospital that he doesn't know.
He doesn't know he's woken up.
Yeah. So that's where he needs to be. So he just decides now that he wants to go back.
Right. He realizes that all these memories he has with Emily, he doesn't have with Mere Emily. And so as much as he's been kind of like thinking, oh, wow, this life's really attractive to me.
Yes.
Like, wow, this is really cool. He's like, wait, I get it. I'm Casper in this situation. I am wanting this life that it's not actually mine.
Yep.
I need to go back. Now, it's interesting because he walks away like, you're going to need their help to get you back, but okay.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, can he just walk up and go, I'm walking through the thing?
Yes, true.
I mean, he's going to need, there's going to be some
Well,
planning.
I mean, we saw, among the things we saw is, in the next episode, is that he's going to talk to the handler on this side who's been helping him.
Right,
so
right.
He's going to go to that guy.
Gotcha. So basically...
One thing, though, that it occurs to me that also that Ian kind of gives Emily a chance to tell him that Howard is not the Howard they
Right.
knew.
Pope basically tells him that's the wrong Howard.
Yes.
And then he realizes, oh, you've known that all along.
Yeah.
But you're waiting for her,
Right.
you're waiting for Emily to tell you.
Yeah, so he gives her another chance to tell. It's like, you can tell me anything. And she's like, I know that.
Yeah.
I like, and she tries to, first she
We're
tries
friends.
to reassure him. And, he seems partially reassured because she's, trying to be intimate in public. But then, it's like, I know I can tell you. And no, she doesn't tell him.
And she doesn't tell him. And so, right, so Prime Howard is now determined to get back.
Right.
So we have that moment, that thing happening.
Right.
He does not get back by the end of this episode.
Right. So that's pretty much, I think that's most of the threads. So
Those are most of the threads.
yeah, so Angel Eyes snorts something.
Snorts cocaine, I assume.
Well, and it seems like it was a tablet that he smashed.
I just
wonder
assumed
if
it was like in order to be like his other. Because that's the first day he's going to assume the life of the other.
Right.
That maybe the other is like a coke addict or something.
I felt like
like
that was
courage.
a tablet or something, so I think he was trying to hype himself up in a different way. I don't think it was cocaine.
Okay.
I think cocaine typically comes in bags. I'm not a drug user.
It was lines.
It was,
I'm just saying he was
right,
snorting.
but he took a tablet and pounded it.
Okay. All right.
And then he snorted it. So I think it was something else.
You're thinking maybe it has something to do with the plan.
I didn't necessarily. It might have to do with the plan, but it might just be I'm preparing myself for this thing that I have to do.
Yeah.
So like get shot a bunch of times.
Yeah, for instance. So the plan goes off. He's in shipping. He basically pulls the
he lets
guns
the
inside.
guns inside, right?
And distributes them.
Yep.
And Mr. Glasses His job is to open all the doors.
Yes.
Which
make sure they stay open because they're keys, and then he destroys the keys.
Yeah.
That would allow you to lock them up again. But he gets stopped because Aldrich and his buddy stop him before he could do all of them. But certainly he did enough.
He did enough. And also opening the doors opened Howard's cell. Mir Howard's cell.
Yes.
So he could get out.
Because they stupidly locked him away.
Yeah. So, well, they don't trust him. Like, whatever.
Yeah, they don't. But still.
So Mir Howard then kills the ringleader, shoots her in the head. Well, she comes back to kind of finish off some of the office workers that she didn't kill before.
I don't feel like she had anything to do except kill.
Yeah, I know. That's the way. Was she just causing disruption, or was she killing specific targets? Maybe. But
it doesn't feel like it.
Right, she seemed to be the most superfluous of the group at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe she just had the highest authority access, so they're like, "Well, that'd be good for you to be there." But that's why I'm wondering if there's something with this diplomat with West Wing.
It's possible that it's just there in case somebody gets shot. That shoot, the first guy there didn't make it all the way. Yeah. So one of the others should also be trying to do it too, just in case the other one isn't able to do it. That's all.
And they gave Angel Eyes a lot to do.
Yes.
In terms of, like, you've got it, like, for them, for Ringleader, you're shooting unsuspecting office workers.
Yes.
Okay, you could, I mean, that's horrible and just disturbing as hell.
Yes.
But you have the upper hand.
Yes.
In the case of Angel Eyes, it's like, go down to the crossing area.
Yes.
You've got guards behind glass. Yes. They're all armed.
Yes.
You need to shoot them all or get past them all and get to the crossing. Yes. Like, that's a huge ass.
That's a huge thing, but he's the only one apparently who has an automatic weapon. So.
Yeah. So he does it. He gets shot multiple times.
Yeah. Yeah, and he gets shot only really badly by Aldrich.
Yeah. Aldrich shoots him in the back.
Yeah. So if it weren't for them, he would have been more successful.
So he struggles as damnedest, and he gets to the no man's land of the title.
Yes.
So it's between the two, kind of like what Checkpoint Charlie back in in the Berlin thing. East Germany, there was always this area where you had the checkpoints and you're in no man's land, the demilitarized zone. So he's in it, and Aldrich and his buddy are like, "Oh, we can't do anything. He's in no man's land. We can't touch him." Yep. And so he's just lying there, and he's alive. When we see him, he's alive and he's lying stretched out, on the floor, and that's it. Yeah. Right. So that's
how it closes.
What do we think? I'll say this: as much as it was horrible, a lot of destruction in terms of shooting people and stuff.
Yes.
2 of them are dead now. 1 is dying.
Right.
Plan hasn't been as monumental as you might have thought it was going to be.
As we said it was going to be.
At this moment.
As we said. Right? We thought it was going to be a pathogen.
So
respond in kind to the threat they think they faced.
I think the plan is still... I think there's more to the plan than what we've seen. I think that was like phase 1 of the plan. Now I'm at the crossing. What would be... If there was more to come, what would be the other shoe to drop in episode 2?
Yeah, I think that if there's another shoe, that's not coming till season 2.
Okay.
I think that this is a step in what they wanted. I don't know if this is the objective. I'm not sure that there's another shoe to drop, but if it's coming, I think it's not coming till next season. I think that if this is the plan itself, that the plan is to let them know that we think, that it was really, a way of forcing the hand of their side to act in a way that's like, no, we actually do think you're responsible for this stuff. So they better have a plan in place to sort of take over. Otherwise, the issue then becomes, how do we deal with dissidents that want to create problems, right? So, they have their objective then is to purge. They have to purge all the people in their side who are doing this, unless they do take over. So that's what I think we'll see. What happens to the other side in terms of, are they going to be like, okay, this is now what we're doing. We're now engaged in war. Or they have to say, "Oh no, we didn't mean to do that," and we admit that there's somebody else who's bad, and now we have to get rid of them. So that's what I think the next episode is going to be. So determining exactly what the other side is going to do, and also we've said that we're going to have to find out whether or not, even if it's not expressed, what the Prime side, if they actually did this, if they actually created the pathogen.
Right.
So we might find that out next episode.
Because interestingly, I was thinking to myself as I was watching Ringleader get killed and Glasses get killed.
Yeah.
It's like they've just basically taken over those personalities for like more or less a day. It seems like right. Like they're in the top echelon of this company. It seems like they could have actually done more damage over time inside. I mean, they didn't know they were about to get found out, but I'm just saying, like you could they could have done a whole ton of espionage from their position, and instead they're like, no, we're going to do a shoot 'em up, and then like so. Anyway, it's just interesting that they
because we aren't aware of any other. This is the only covert operation we're aware of.
When you mentioned that Angel Eyes was sniffing a tablet, it occurs to me that maybe he's the pathogen. Maybe he infected himself with something. Like that was maybe the notion. I don't know.
I don't think it is.
I thought as he was getting to the crossing that he was going to blow himself up and he was going to destroy the crossing.
If you're going to do that, I think
he didn't blow himself up.
You would say, okay, now you've got this pathogen. Go out into the world. Don't exclude it to the area where you get shot, and you make sure
go into the crossing by yourself.
What happens? Typically what happens if you shoot a bunch of people, you don't like. Okay, now go home. Go out into the world. No, you stay there to be like, what happened?
Right.
And are you involved with this? Why?
Was he just trying to get back home and then just couldn't make it because he was too hurt and he fell down and he died? I don't know.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
I think if it worked exactly the plan, then they all would have shot and then all would have ran back and it'd be like, oh my gosh, what happened? And then that's what I think.
I'm just wondering if maybe
the objective.
I feel like it's while it's a big deal, it's not big enough deal. Like it's not a game changer deal. I feel like this was supposed to be a game changer moment.
It changes the side that they're not a detente. They're not they're not a detente. They're in a war. So that's what's changed.
So for instance, are they got to send someone to get this guy's to either get his body or get his
I don't see why they wouldn't.
So which side comes into the
I don't think it's
zone?
Of
course, all the gates are open as well.
Right, yeah, they haven't destroyed the gates. People can still go back and forth.
No, but I mean, in other words, Glasses destroyed the doors on a lot of those things.
Right, but
maybe the idea is by destroying the doors, now a force can come through from the other side.
I feel I definitely don't think that's the case.
You don't think that's the case? I mean, I could see that, right? No?
Yeah, I definitely don't see that.
You don't? Okay.
No, because one thing, I think we've been overestimating the pace of this story.
Okay.
So we thought that there'd be an equal and opposite reaction, so that'd be a pathogen that would destroy No, that's not. It
does not appear that that's what's happened.
No, right. And it's interesting if we believe that they deliberately left him alive. Now you think it's because he's involved in some way, and I'm not crazy.
Oh,
about
the diplomat, West Wing.
Roland, yeah. That they deliberately left him alive. I mean, one thing that I'm still actually thinking even more now watching this episode is I'm not convinced that the Mirror Emily doesn't have something else going on.
I agree. I was thinking the same thing.
And so that means that, because while it makes sense that because the other side Emily, that it's still...
The other side Emily, from what we can gather, figured out there was a plot.
Right.
Prime Emily figured out, oh my God, the office has these shadow,
right,
and there's a problem, and I'm going to talk to Mirror Howard about it.
Right.
And then she got hurt for it.
And part of that is her having a bag full of evidence and money and guns. It sounds like to get away, and therefore, that was the boyfriend's name, whatever his name is.
Andre.
Andre saying, "Oh yeah, she didn't want to run away." maybe she don't want to run away with you. But
yeah, I think Mirror Emily, because she is also, as we've seen, probably the most competent spy on that side.
Yes.
That she could be. I don't know. She could have ulterior motives.
Yeah.
That we have not witnessed yet.
Right. Yeah. So so that would suggest something else that Pope was not involved with, because Pope said.
Pope seems like the ultimate architect at this moment, but you're right. If maybe there's something that he's not even included in,
right, something that he's not included in that she's aware of, or, yeah, I don't know. I mean, certainly, I mean, we're assuming that that Prime Emily was taken out because of she was communicating with somebody, but it may not be the case.
Well, also, let's face it. I mean, Baldwin had a list of people to take out.
Right.
Most of the people on that list were people that were going to get replaced.
Right. Yes, exactly.
So perhaps the idea was that Mirror Emily was going to go replace Prime Emily.
Yeah.
At some point.
Right.
Well, actually, it had to be really, really soon thereafter, right? You can't just have a person, I'm dying in the hospital. I'm alive!
Yeah.
I'm fine now. I'm going to go shop for dresses.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true.
So that didn't work so well. But, yeah.
Well, maybe the plan all along was, you're in the hospital, and now you're okay.
Yeah, I know, that's good. Yeah, you'd have to do it in a very discreet way, which she's not trying to do right now. She's trying to just kill the woman in the hospital.
Right.
And to have someone jump in the bed and pretend to be her.
Right.
So, anyway, but yeah, there's something there. I agree that if there was going to be a wah moment, I think it would revolve around Mirror Emily.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, and I guess the idea of when I first thought that Angel Eyes might be blowing up the crossing, if I really think about it, I'm like, that doesn't really hurt.
No, it doesn't really.
That doesn't really hurt the Prime universe. Like, okay,
yeah,
good, you guys are over there now.
Yeah.
So that's probably not the thing. It's not what they're trying to do. Maybe you got people come over under the guise of helping him, and now you get more people involved.
I don't know. The only thing I can think is that they just want their side to behave as if they were attacked. So, yeah, presumably there's more that he's imagining, Pope, but...
Yeah, there's more to this plan.
But, I think maybe that's the only thing I can think is that they're trying to sort of take over their agency so that they'll have the same, sort of goals in mind, right? Because they got that guy in diplomacy who is also involved in the plan.
Here's one. I mean, I don't think this is the idea, but I guess it could be because they've already tried it once. When Shadow came over, they made an opening by killing off a guy.
Right.
Well, they just made a whole bunch of openings.
Yeah, that's true.
You're going to have to hire a whole new department.
Right. Yeah.
And maybe some of them are doubles.
Yeah, maybe some of them are already ready to go. You just needed Baldwin to get rid of these people. Yeah. So they've, they're...
I don't know. Anyway, we'll find out.
I guess they're dead, though.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they'd have to have
good point. It would be different. Right, other people that can be candidates.
Yeah.
It'll be easier to place. I don't know.
Ooh.
So
that's even more interesting then.
Yeah. So there's some possible theories. If you've got theories, which you probably do if you watch the show, it's a theory crafting show.
It does.
Please put them down below, and we'll chat about them, and we'll find out whether they're true or not next week for the exciting season conclusion.
Yes.
Later this week, we'll be talking about Altered Carbon episodes 7 and 8, and later on, I mean our future down the road will be Legion. And later in April, Westworld Season 2 coming back, which is very exciting.
Yes,
so those two shows in particular, and we'll probably be chatting about Jessica Jones as well.
Yes.
So subscribe, make comments. We'll see you later. Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Bye, everybody.